just to sidetrack a little bit, how did you, from the mind of architecture, only knowing architecture, to the point whereby now you're reading up and understanding that this is the level that you must be at, this is the kind of traction that you must have, this is the kind of click through that you must have from your marketing, from your sales, your order baskets. Where did you start getting all this information, and was this a very natural progression that you said, I need to learn, I must learn?
Mm.
And who also is out there that can tell me? Because in Thailand, you were one of the first movers. So I don't expect that anybody in Thailand will be able to give you that information.
Mm, mm, mm. But when I'm working in e-commerce in the first stage, actually, I'm not really care about the number. I'm just
Oh.
creating good website, good traffic. Actually, I'm not really care about conversion rate. Okay. But after working in the marketing, they teach me to how to, I have to realize this number. But the good thing to studying in terms of architecture, because architect is something like art and engineer. They're combining together.
Mm.
Even study and art, I'm not gonna care about the number. I'm just imagination, creativity like that. But the engineer is very rigid, right? Number, number, number. But when
Yep.
we talk about architecture, well, I'm in between. That means I have to creating something different, but that thing must be possible and it can be real. That's why the way that I'm doing, the way that I'm working, I try to make things different. If someone doing like this, I will do different. I don't want to follow them. I want to creating new rules and new space. But it possible. It have to become true too. That is the beauty of the thing that I'm learning from architecture. Mhm, mhm.
Ah, okay.
And
And I'm sure
and
that you
when,
must
when
have
I
taken
have
the
this,
design thinking as well.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And the architecture really focus to the customer. That means the people gonna living in the house, the customer, walking to the space like that. That means it's really customer oriented,
Mm.
right? The same thing, the business. We have to have a customer oriented mind. You know, that is something that is why when I'm creating the business, creating the website, doing thing, I have to thinking about the customer. That is the design thinking way that I'm using for a long time.
Yeah, I completely agree with that. I love the idea that we're always putting the entire customer journey first and able to break down every step of the way.
Mhm.
Um, you've always been able to put this forward, and somehow or other in the mice industry, these 2 years have been very, very tough
Yeah.
with COVID-19 and all this. So no events from Singapore, pretty much zero. But we tried to do digital events.
Mm.
But at the end of the day, we cannot adopt the old method when we do digital events. Is can you imagine there's no such thing as putting on your VR goggles and actually going for an exhibition, still shaking hands with people? The tactile experience is lost, your sensory it's just different on the senses, right? But one of the things is that I remember that there was this debate of, should we wait for physical event or should we do virtual events?
Mm.
But here's the thing, virtual events have to be done very well. And this design thinking approach could have been used, from the start to understand the entire customer journey of
Yeah.
how difficult it is. I've got this very, very simple mindset. Nobody told me this stat or anything, but for me, it's like how long I stay in a website is how easily or the less clicks that I must take. If it takes me more than 6 clicks to get to somewhere that I want to go, I'm out.
Mm.
I'm not going to
Yeah.
stay in that website.
Mm.
Yeah.
That is really
So do
important.
you
That is
do
really
you do you have
important.
a rule of thumb as well when you actually design or at least think through this process now?
Um, lose. Okay, mostly creating something first thing from experience.
Mm.
But after that, now today, a lot of tools, a lot of data is gonna you know, uh, help us to design things. Um, a lot of tools is very helpful because when we do the online business long time ago, 10, 20 years ago, it's no tools like that. But now today, we can do like A/B testing. We can do like a click tracking. We can do the heat mapping like that. Everything, all the data is helping me to try to optimize in terms of the work of business better and better. And that means the data is very important for rule for me. Something that you can do it. You can do whatever you want, but you need tools to tracking the thing that you're doing. You have to learning from the other industry. You have to learning from the other people, and then you're creating like your ground data, and before you jump up to the next step. After you stepping each step, you have to keep data and learning and optimizing to make things better and better. Mhm.
Right.
That is my
I,
rules.
I love the lateral thinking aspect of things, learning from other industries. Do you happen to have one particular situation or memory, of a time whereby you went, oh, this particular industry is doing this, I can apply it to my business right now? Do you have
Yeah.
one that's very, very,
Oh, a lot.
yeah, prominent in your mind?
That is reason why I have 32 company. Because when I'm doing the e-commerce, I see e-commerce, oh my God, logistics coming. Oh, payment is good. A lot of payment, a lot of transactions coming. Why we not have a payment company? And a lot of orders coming, a lot of shipping, but why shipping so, so poor? Then when I see that this data from e-commerce, then I start a company. Like now we have a payment gateway company. It's named Pay Solution that we connect all the payment in Thailand. That means you just one plug in, you can use all the payment. Because I'm seeing that e-commerce going to be growing and big in the next 10 years. And it's right, okay. In terms of logistic thing too, that people need to ship the product, but didn't have to connect to each logistic company is painful. Why didn't have like a logistic gateway? Then I starting company named shippop.com. It's a shipping gateway company. And now it's booming. All the company that I'm investing is booming because I'm learning things from e-commerce. And I see that, oh, e-commerce, they need to do the online marketing. Then I'm creating online agency company. And now we have about 100 people in the company. We do the online campaign. We do like a online strategy, online production, because a lot of opportunity that I'm learning from the e-commerce is expanding to the other business too. Now I'm investing in terms of in the influencer company, online influencer company. You see that most of the thing that I see the opportunity in the online e-commerce, and now it can expanding, it can splitting to the small company, or it can help me to creating the vision that hey, I should invest in that company or in that company. And when I start invest in many company, all the data in each company in each industry come to me. Then when nowadays you can ask me about a payment industry, you can ask me about the logistic industry, ask me about the online marketing industry, fulfillment. Okay, you can ask me, or you can ask me about the um, anything about digital, because I have too many company, and all company I have data, all the data coming to me every week, every day, every month, huge data in each industry that related. Then I'm creating something from that data to new opportunity, to new opportunity. That's why I'm keep investing a lot. That is something that I see the opportunity from that data. Mhm.
I see. So that was your main motivation to start investing, so that you can
Mm.
get the data and not. So okay, there are a couple of reasons why people invest, right? One is that hey, I want to support, or I really believe in this what company what it can do, or it can bring me extreme amount of revenue, right? We're always hoping for the next unicorn, but this is a brand new perspective that you're actually so-called buying or investing into the data that you're going to get from
Yeah,
an industry that you wanted to learn from, or did you see a particular niche that you think that you can exploit?
I see the opportunity, but some of opportunity is no one doing yet. That's why I'm creating that company to supporting that opportunity. Or sometimes I see that maybe young teenager, they creating the business that I'm seeing that wow, it's gonna coming, it's in my mind. Then rather than to build up by my own, I better to invest in them and supporting them to be like a another company that I'm involved, keep involved in that. And that is the thing, because e-commerce in Thailand is quite, although in South Asia it's quite new. We talk about 10 years ago, it's quite new. That's why if you starting first, the first mover strategy is very important. If you start first, that means you have chance to become number one, right? You start first and you keep doing, and let everyone knowing that you are the first player in the market in that area, and you keep doing, keep promoting, keep do marketing, because someone, they are, maybe they are first player, they are first mover, but no one know, because they are working in a small hole, no one knowing that this guy working in this business, right? That means no meaning. But if you
Right.
are doing that, you let everyone know to do the PR, to do the marketing, you working with partner, and then from small dot or small company, you will become growing and growing, because industry growing, opportunity is growing. That is the way. That's why many companies that invest many years ago, now today they become like a big company. Something like one company that I'm invest is about construction. It's named Build.com.
Mm.
Build.com is the first construction platform in Thailand, in South Asia. Actually, they are the winner of in Echelon, the startup event in Singapore. And I think that, wow, what the hell they doing about construction technology is not related in that it's about 9 years ago. But I see that in the next 10 years, they're going to be the first mover. They're going to be the leader. Then I decided to invest in them. And now today,
Mm.
they become number one. Everyone in Thailand, or now they expand to many countries, when they're thinking about the construction and technology, their company is popping up. Okay. That is one of a company that, sample of the company that I'm investing. Mhm.
Mm. And based on what you're saying already, there's a couple of things that I want to go into. Number one is, of course, how do you actually start lining up your investments, in the sense that you've already made it clear that, okay, it's because this is an opportunity to go in. But
Yeah.
are there also other factors that you look into before you actually say, okay, I will invest in you, and
Mm.
this is the way it's going to go?
The first thing that I'm invest, that I think that the first stage of my life when I'm working, I want to do everything by myself. I want to
Mm.
do everything, because I'm not believe in anyone. Then I'm build up the company. I set up the company. When I work in Rakuten, I'm manage the online agency company with my wife. I'm doing like a big data company, about the social listening data, by myself, and I'm running like a three or four company in that the same time. I found that unbelievable. I cannot hold all every company in the same time. Then start realize that, I cannot doing that. Then I start work talking with my competitor. Hey, why are we not merging together? Merging? Because we are do the same thing, and you are good in technology, I'm good in marketing. Why are we not merging? Then finally we are merging together, and then I give the company to them. But I'm not majority, but I'm minority. But I can still convey my dream that I want to running the business, but the other people running for me. That means I have more time to focus my own business. I mean, then I think, wow, that is really good strategy. Rather than running by yourself, working with other people and let them running the company. You are minority, because if you are majority, you have to responsible, right? But if you're minority, you give the majority to the other guys. They're gonna running company for you. That's why I changed my mind. Then I start working with other, working with the computer, become and merging together. And then when I see new business that I cannot doing because I have no time. I start thinking that, it's better running by myself. Why I'm not creating, someone to run the business that I want to do it. Something like a shippop.com. Nowadays, now last year we're generating about, like 15 million US dollar in revenue. We profit a lot, and now we have nearly 100 people in the company. But back to like 5 to 6 years ago, I have an idea that, wow, logistics is big opportunity. I want to do it. I want to do I have a payment gateway. I think we should have a shipping gateway. I want to do it, but I don't have time. Then I post in the Facebook that, hey, I have an idea. I have money. I have strategy. I can supporting you, but the thing that I don't have, I have time. I have no time. If anyone want to join me, just just chat me. Just send a message to me that you want to do the business with me. And then a lot of people come, send a message to me. I start filtering, talking. Finally, I got one guy. He's 24 years old, and he is engineer coding. He's a programmer. And then I give him this idea that I want to creating like the logistic gateway company. Can you doing that? He said, okay, let's do it. I am like a mentorship. I'm like a give them the direction. Hey, you have to do business plan. You have to do the competitor analysis. You have to do like that. And then he do everything for me. He like hands for me. For me, I'm like a brain. We're working together about a few months. And when the business plan is solid and finished, I see that wow, it's good. And the number showing that if we have the opportunity, why we're not starting? Then we turn on, and he become like a CEO. I am like a director, and like I'm supporting him to running the business. From that days until to today, it's around nearly 6 years. The company growing so fast. From two people, now it become like a nearly 100 people. The sale from zero now it's growing to nearly 15 million. That is thing that changed my mind that I cannot do everything by myself. Then I changed my mind that I changed my attitude that rather do by myself, I have to supporting other people with my experience, with my networking, a lot of things that I have, supporting them grow. When they grow, I'm growing too.
I love that. You have the complete story of how you started out first, trying to do everything ourselves in that self or by yourself, right? Which it seems to be like every entrepreneur's practice, that I'm so used to rolling up my sleeves and getting it done by myself. I don't really need anybody else. And then you reach a point of, I think I'm going to hire someone, I'm going to meet someone. But yours
Mm,
was, okay, we've built the company to this level already. There are other things we can accomplish. We'll invest. But then you started to decide to mentor as well.